Right. Let's move on to the much awaited team, 10 million Instagram supporters strong, the Royal
No, no.
Challengers Bangalore. Anil, why don't we start with you, given that you have some expressions?
No, I thought they had 4.5 or they just became 10 million today or something like that, right? Yeah, Mumbai CSK, and I was surprised KKR has less followers. Yeah, with RCB you can I mean, you can never say they are not going to be the favorites, but what I think the positive points is Virat Kohli looks in a good form. He looks calm. He looks balanced. I think those 3 centuries, or 3 or 4 centuries he has scored in the last year or so should help him. Then you have Mohammed Siraj, who was bad in the last couple of seasons, but he's the number one ODI bowler. So maybe that form gets transferred to the T20 format also. Other than that, I mean, I don't know how Faf and Maxwell are going to play. They've been out of cricket for some time, and Dinesh Karthik also didn't play anything after the World Cup, and it wasn't a great World Cup for him. Harshal Patel is the same thing. They don't have Josh Hazlewood as part of the team, so that's another thing. Other than that, I think I really liked Rajat Patidar, but again he's injured. Will Jacks is injured. Lomror or Hasaranga are gonna be someone. If they perform well, then they have a chance. Otherwise, I don't see RCB qualifying. Yeah.
Okay, Shivam, right timing. Anil thinks RCB doesn't qualify this year. So why don't we switch to you?
Ranna missing the few initial matches would be a big blow to them. Glenn Maxwell coming back after that injury. Not sure how will he perform. Still feel I think the biggest positive for RCB is that the difference between the last year's IPL and this year's IPL is that I think Virat Kohli is back to form. RCB is Virat Kohli, right? So with Virat Kohli back in form, I think that is a huge plus, and he might just do enough to make sure that RCB qualifies. And Reece Topley, I think that's a very smart buy. Saw it in this recent ODI series, right? We were clueless against the left arm seamer against Mitchell Starc. I think Reece Topley is a very smart buy. Maybe this time you'll see Finn Allen getting an opportunity at the top. Dinesh Karthik has to repeat his last year's heroics. I think last year he basically did not let us miss ABD, right? He played that role to perfection. Bringing 50-60% of the 2016 version back. I think that will be enough for them to, just to qualify in the top.
Sanjay, did you attend an unboxing event yesterday? And what do you think of their chances?
It's a brilliant event. 10 million followers have reconfirmed. So great. I think one of the most followed IPL teams, and the fans, irrespective of whether they win trophies or not, they are right up there, paying lots of money, probably more money than what you would be paying for the WTC final to watch games. RCB, I'm not really sure. If you look at the last season, there are quite a few games which Dinesh Karthik bailed them out. Rajat Patidar played phenomenally at the back end to get them to top three. I think they'll struggle because they are playing at home. The last 3-4 seasons, because most of the matches, in fact, they've not played at home for the last 3 years. And those 3 years, it's no coincidence that that's been one of the more consistent performances. Virat Kohli, irrespective of whether he's in good form or not, probably give you 500, 600 runs. And if he has a phenomenal season, then he might push them through to the playoffs. But I think there are enough strong teams going around to give them a hard time, and I think they will be very beatable at Chinnaswamy.
Yeah, like the team core isn't built around like Chinnaswamy. Before it was like you had Chahal, you had like these ballers, good ballers. So that goes away. There are so many players who are coming back from injury, or they had like motivations. Like for example, Dinesh Karthik had a strong motivation to train hard, perform, and like get into the Indian team for World T20. But I haven't seen him in domestic matches also. He was doing commentary and all that. So I don't know how easily he can switch that back on and be as like effective as he was last season. And same thing goes for Maxwell and Hazlewood. Both are coming out of injuries. Then you also got like the cloud of Hasaranga's availability. All these things will play up, I feel. They had even much stronger teams played at Chinnaswamy and didn't go all the way, or sometimes didn't qualify. I'd put them in like the bottom 5 bucket rather than like in the qualifying bucket.
And just one quick point on, because the support staff coaching was the same for WPL. The pathetic or very bad performance basically in a 5-team tournament, it ended up becoming a 4-team tournament. I think whether that affects the morale of the team, etc., is something which only they'll be able to answer. But they'll have the backing of the fans like they do always. So it'll be interesting.
I think this is the last season, where you'll see Hassan. Either RCB wins this time, or you'll see Hassan fired. I mean, I think he's been given enough opportunities, enough time to prove himself. And I'm not sure of the job that he has done with the auction, the team, and all. So I think this is probably the last chance for him.
The captaincy there, I mean, that plays a very important role. I think we can say now this is Faf's team. The last year was kind of a getting transfer from Kohli to Faf, so you could see a little bit of up and down. But I think when Faf having under a little bit more control and working with Hazen and Kohli being settling down, I think that's another small positive that should help RCB if they want to qualify. I think that would be a small positive. But yeah, I hope they don't do a lot of chop and keep changing the players. I think once they have identified the core, if they stick to it, then it should be fine.
Okay.
I think that's something RCB keeps doing it.
And I don't know if any of you noticed the way Adi said about the chances of RCB. He said, I'll probably categorize them in bottom 5. He basically meant in calculations, they will miss out the top 4. So again, calculators will come into play.